All right, welcome back to Open, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Appearing on screen alongside stars like Aidan Quinn, and on stage in works like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Whoa, I remember seeing that. Actress Nandini. All right, Nandini Dudnath. She's now going to be taken on the stage. She's going to the stage. She's going to be doing Shakespeare. She now joins us right here on Open Stage. Can you do a little bit of Shakespeare here? I won't ask you anything tough. No, you don't have to.
Right.
Well, how did you become interested in acting? You started a while ago?
I started when I was around 12, so it wasn't that long. Well, I'm 20 now, so
well,
it's been it's been a good
couple of years ago.
Time. Yeah. I started with Indian dance. You have to act a lot through that type of dance form with the classical dancing.
Maharaj and everything?
Yeah, all the hand gestures.
Yeah.
So I started there. My parents weren't too fond of acting, so they let me start with something cultural, and then the cultural Indian dancing
turned into something
acting, and I was like, I'm sorry guys, I need to do this. So I did it.
All right, let's talk about some of your previous roles. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes.
How did you land that role?
I was a freshman in college. I came here not knowing a lot about acting, but very passionate about it. I never saw the movie, and I walked in and I heard that this role, Nurse Ratched, was a very strong woman's role, so I was like, this is what I want to do. I walked in, I did it. It was so hard. It was so hard learning the lines and being this straight jacket woman, but it was good. It was a good experience.
How was it acting? You had so many great actors on the set there. How was it acting with those people?
It was a great learning experience. We all definitely had fun when we were off stage. Backstage, we'd pump each other up and say, you're doing great, and get back on stage like nothing happened. Enemies.
And some of the people stayed in character.
Yeah, some people would get off stage and keep stuttering and being their whole persona and be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Did you guys have to go study at certain places? Did you go to mental institutions and stuff to try to...
We were told by our director to look at places, go to places, make biographies, personal biographies of our characters, so we could personalize it. So, for example, as Nurse Ratched, I made a backstory of how she grew up, her family life, why she is where she is now, and then you take it and then you throw it away and then you act on stage, and it helps you develop the character.
Oh, beautiful. What's the most challenging line that you remember?
From Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah.
I think it's not about the words. Like, saying the words was easy, but the emotion behind it was when I said he cut his throat. He went into the room and he slit his throat. I think it was very hard to say those words and be very collected and be very sad at the same time. It was a harsh...
So you have mixed emotions on that one, huh?
It was tough.
So you've played in many others since then, right?
Yes.
And tell us about it.
I've been in The Misanthrope, which is a French play by Molière, which has this classical type of wording. It sounds Shakespearean because of the time period it was in. That I was Célimène, and she was the lead actress in that play. She was the misanthrope, which means a person that doesn't like to be around people. She was the love interest of the misanthrope, so it would bring him back into society, and because he wants to be with this girl, and I would be this uptight yet very personable, funny girl that would flirt with all the guys and get this guy flaming, and it was a great experience.
Wait, you got the guy flaming?
I got the guy flaming, and in both ways. He'd hate me, he'd love me. He went crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was another role, and then I co-directed The Price of Silence, which was...
okay, so you got into directing too.
Yes, I got into directing, and when co-directing The Price of Silence, it was a play that we made originally to support to raise money for rape victims in the Congo.
Yeah.
So we brought a lot of different people together that were willing to support the project, which was a lot of people. And we put together dancing, singing, and acting, monologues from the Congo, from Darfur, dancing for Afro-Caribbean dancing, and singing, and modern singing songs.
And now you're in the play, A Midsummer Night's Dream.
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
What do you like best? You like on stage or film?
I love on stage. I like the adrenaline of you only can do it once every day, and every day it's something different. Good,
good. And how did you land this role?
I landed this role. I walked into Lehman on the first day of school, saw the poster, walked into the audition, and
you said, I can do this.
And I was like, I can do this. And I walked in, and I hopefully blew them away with my audition. And
did you have to do a monologue?
I did a monologue, yes. I did a monologue from Henry V. I'm not that familiar with a lot of Shakespeare. I was never brought up around a lot of Shakespeare, so learning the monologue.
Give me a quick piece of what you did. Because this may land you another job somewhere. We got some directors that are checking.
Well, I can do a piece from the Shakespeare show now. Okay. I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius. Done.
Now, how did you fall into that character right away? Is that easy to just switch back and forth?
It's easy when you've done it enough times. Because it's dress rehearsal now, we've been drilling this show, so now it's more muscle memory to get into my character. Before it took a little bit, it took me sitting down and saying, okay, this is who this person has been all her life. And I would have to sit there for about a minute and kind of just process what I'm about to say without even trying to, by also living in the moment, but knowing what I'm going to say next.
Because you hear stories about people like Jamie Foxx who had a rough time getting out of the character.
Oh yeah.
After he finishes.
I think I also have a hard time getting out of character. Once I get off stage, I can talk to someone casually like myself, but it'll always still have a bit of the character in me, and I'll still be like, yeah.
You do the Henry V.
Yeah. Like hello. But it goes away. I hope.
Wow. So talk about bringing Shakespeare's vision to stage.
Well, for this production, I think that the language that we're using definitely brings the Shakespeare to stage, but we take a twist on it, and we add some cool stagecraft, like scenery stagecraft, and like contemporary stagecraft with projectors, and getting the audience to seem like they're in the environment, whether it be in the woods for some parts,
that's great.
In the courts area, or in the working classes place where they rehearse.
Beautiful.
So we kind of capture it with more technological elements, and we use smoke lights and all these different colors, and a beautiful set. So
Midsummer Nights. Okay, so where can we see the people? The play?
We can see the play at the Studio Theater at Lehman College in the theater, Speech and Theater building, and on November 2nd through the 6th, the Wednesdays at 3:30, the 2nd, Thursday and Friday and Saturday are at 8 o'clock. There's an extra showing on Friday at 2 o'clock and Sunday at 3 o'clock.
All right, there you go. Nandini?
Nandini
Dudneth.
Yes.
I'm saying it right.
You're saying it right.
Okay, A Midsummer Night's Dream is playing from November 2nd through November 6th. And for more information, you can visit www.lehmantheaterdance.org. lehmantheaterdance.org.